for the bantay in Ilocano, or in Tagalog, bundok. But the Americans, they pronounce bundok with an accent.
That's where the word boondock or the boonies comes from, right?
It went from bundok to boondock. Oh, Domingo, you take a turn, Gayam. Tell Evangeline what you were doing before your new scout soldier.
During the Japanese occupation, I was a high school student at the Leyte Central Academy. It was a private diocese school. I was an altar server.
Oh, you were an altar boy. You collected towels when the priest washed feet from Monday to Thursday.
I also swung incense. And when the priest's gown almost caught fire, I learned to remain calm and dignified. Being an altar server requires patience, remembering sequences, and following instructions. I guess like a soldier.
How were you recruited into the New Scouts Corps?
At first I said, never mind, I do not want to be a soldier. But then, after the war, I noticed that my friends would join the New Scouts. More and more of them would join every day. And so, I felt alone and sad. I missed them. Actually, during the school dances, because at that time, young women could not attend without a male sponsor or partner. So, I would end up with 3 or 4 young women as dates to the dances.
Oh, romantic days!
Just friends. But then, after my 8th grade examinations were done, I did not even check my scores. I ran to Tacloban where they had a camp set up and enlisted.
What was it like after you enlisted?
It was good. The U.S. Army provided for us. Then I took a physical examination. It took 3 days to wait for the results. But then I had to swear in the next day, under the American flag.
Not the Philippine flag?
No Philippine flag anymore. We were U.S. military. Then they brought us to basic training. And after the training, we had a parade at the Rizal Memorial with the rest of the New Scouts. Then we boarded a ship. We were assigned to Okinawa, Japan. It was dry cold. They gave us something like a lipstick.
Lip balm.
Lip balm, yes, because our lips would crack from the cold. In the company, I was assigned to the 44th Infantry Regiment, and as part of the occupation force, and I was in the anti-tank company.
What was life like in the anti-tank company?
It was okay. Our commanding officer was white American. He was like a father of the company.
A father like a priest?
No, like a parent. We called him Tatay Ofli. We had drills, guard duty, kitchen duty, lectures. The lectures from Tatay Ofli were in English, but the lectures from the Filipino officials were in other languages. In the company, I was the ammo bearer in case there was an enemy. We were still very vigilant because we were in Japan.
Can I take a turn again, Domingo?
Oh, sure. Go ahead, Gayam.
I wanted to be on Okinawa too. So I applied to be a driver. But the CO told me to stay in Manila. He said, no, you must stay here. So I was a driver for 3 years until I was discharged. I was in the 12th Infantry Division.
What did you drive?
Oh, I drove a big truck and a tank too. I mostly hauled goods, rice, and supplies. I drove a big gun to the shop to get fixed. and sometimes I would drive the officers when they needed me. They said, will you be my driver tonight? And I said, yes, sir!
Just to confirm, you spoke English with them?
Yes. The Filipinos spoke in English, but the American soldiers, they did not know how to speak any other language.
And you were mixed with U.S. soldiers in Manila?
Yes, we were mixed, the Filipinos and the Americans as New Scouts. Unlike what we're guerrilla soldiers, we ate separately and we slept separately. It's because they did not eat rice.
How about you, Lolo Domingo? What was your living situation like in Okinawa, Japan?
We were mixed in general, but we did not feel united.
Oh, how come?
Oh, you know these Americans. In fighting, like Branco said, we fought side by side. But in the camp, we were separated.
And how did you feel about being separated.
The white men, they did not want to be mixed with us. They thought they were superior to us. They discriminated against us. We were fighting for one another, and we are human beings. Why separate us? Because they are white and we are brown and black. It was no good. When we were in the camp in Okinawa, because we were sort of mixed with other soldiers, white and black, we were okay. We were able to be together. But the problem was when we were out, like in bars, restaurants, or nightclubs, that was when we had problems.
When there is alcohol, that is why I do not drink.
What would happen is, when a white soldier fought with a Filipino soldier, the black soldiers sided with the Filipinos. And when the black soldiers fought with the white soldiers, the Filipinos sided with the black soldiers.
What were they fighting about?
Because the white soldiers called us derogatory names. They called us brown monkeys, or monkeys without tails. And they called the black soldiers the N-word. And of course they do not like that. You do not say that. That was discrimination, you know.
What was your reaction when they called you names?
We could not do anything, so we just said that is bullshit. There were always lectures given to us at the camp about how you should all get together as one. We are all the same. But outside, it got physical, like fist fights, throwing chairs, hitting people with chairs. But me, I always ran.
My birthday, February 23, 1920. I was born here, Pogo Lasit, Dagupan City, Pangasinan.
And what was it like for you growing up here in Pogolasit?
Ano to ko na?
Gabay doon ng taan sa bilay. Yun ang kaugawan nyo dyan sa Pugo.
It was good. sa akin, Pedro. Tago-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan, masarap maglaro sa dilim-diliman. Pagbilang ko 10, nakatago na kayo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My name is Cuenca. I was born on February 17, 1915. I like reading a lot. Fiction, non-fiction, and poetry. I get good grades in school, so I hope to go to college for dentistry in the future. I want to help people have healthy gums and healthy teeth.
But my friends and family call me Ikoy. Hi.
You can call me Ray. I will join the 1st Battalion Philippine Scouts when I turn 18, 8 years before Japan bombs Manila. The Philippine Scouts existed before I was born because they were the Filipino soldiers organized by the U.S. in 1901 to fight against the Philippine Revolutionary Army, actually. I would join the Philippine Scouts, not the Philippine Army, because the Scouts get their wages in dollars, not pesos.
I was born May 3, 1925. My favorite subject in school is world geography. And I live in Kagitingan-2. But I really hope to travel to more countries when I get older. That's my dream. Daya!
Filipino soldiers to fight the U.S. Army during World War II. We will experience the Bataan Death March. And though we will be strong at the start, we will be unprepared for what will come.
Hello everyone, my name is Filomeno Soravilla. My nickname is Inyo. I love reading comic books. I like drawing a lot too. I hope to become a comic book artist one day. I got my first comic book from my uncle as an 8-year-old.
When I turn 16, I will enlist in the guerrilla. I will first be assigned to the infantry regiment as a soldier, but they will transfer me to intelligence as a secret agent. As a secret agent, I will work as a tax collector for the Philippine government, which will be a puppet government for the Japanese during the war and occupation.